Hello, subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome to another episode of Roommates. I do want to go and say this before we actually start up. The game will probably be lasting about another 3 to 4 more episodes or so. Because I took a quick look at the game's walkthrough on its official forums. That one of the devs had posted sort of a walkthrough of it. The reason why I had looked at that was actually because somebody was wanting me to upload Chaos Head on a more regular basis. So I took a quick look to see how much longer we had for Roommates, and the game, I believe, ends on like the 21st or the 22nd week. So you're looking at about another 3 to 4 episodes or so, or at least another 3 to 4 weeks in game. In reality, it could probably, depending on how quickly some of those weeks go by, end up being only, say, one more or like 2 more episodes, not counting this episode. So it could be potentially 3 episodes total. So I don't know. We'll see. That just obviously depends on how quick or how short or how fast some of those remaining weeks go by. But yeah, I do want to know, I don't plan to replace the series as soon as I finish it, primarily because I would like to do a fresh install of Windows at some point. So generally speaking, once one of my series is over, until then, it's not going to be getting replaced right away. So once this series is done, I'll just be uploading Chaos Head on a weekly basis. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and actually hop into this week. As I sit in my room, I find myself staring at the ceiling. It's been a good year so far. I've had a lot of fun, gotten used to college life. I've even gotten together with Sally. But as I think about what I've done this year, I can't help but feel like I haven't really made a lot of progress on my greater goals. I mean, this college stuff is alright and all, but how is Back Alley Flash really doing? We had a good few shows at Christmas, and we've done 1 or 2 shows. I don't know, I feel like I've got to throw one final show for this first year, really get my name out there. This is going to take some work, but if we pull it off by the time school starts up next year, we should be a campus legend. We'll just go ahead and play the event. A few hours later, and Memphis and I are sitting in the cafe talking about our options. Look, I'm with you, man. I'm always up for throwing a killer show. The big question is, how are you going to do it? I mean, Gaz has got a big band playing. Yeah, I know. Maybe we can do something on campus, though. Look, it's the last quarter of the year. That means 2 things are happening. Freshmen are celebrating their first year, and seniors are celebrating graduation. Between the 2 of those, there's got to be a party we can land. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Okay, we'll need to figure out a set list and scope the scene to figure out where we're doing this. We're trying to get our names on all these people's lips, am I right? Damn right. By the time we're done, I don't want those people to be able to think of anything but us all summer. I don't think it really matters what you select, but we'll check out the prospective scenes, and we'll let Memphis work on the set list. Perfect, I got to work right away. It'll be easier for you to find parties since you're already a student. My thoughts exactly. Once you get some stuff together, send it over to me. We'll practice a bit beforehand. Sounds awesome. I give Memphis a high five as we get up from our table and start heading out. I'm excited. Something tells me this is going to be big. I give a stretch after another long day of classes. I'm looking at the stairs, thinking how nice it's going to be back in my room. As I head up, I consider heading over to Sally's room first. It'd be nice to see her. I head over to Sally's door, knocking quietly. A few moments later, I see her smiling face at the door. Hey Max, welcome home. Come on in. I was just finishing up some homework. Sure, sounds perfect. I head into Sally's room, closing the door behind me. For the next few hours, we chat as we do homework together. It's a great time. Okay, that's a very short event. I don't remember if Isabella had a similar event. I don't think she did. It's still early in the quarter. I'm not sure what to expect from Professor Merriweather. Still, it should be at least entertaining. Alright, if you're in this class, you probably got basics down. Which means it's time to start getting serious. Now, normally we do this sort of thing in a lab, but today is special for two reasons. Number one, some brain genius decided to mix glycerin with KMN04 in our labs, meaning there is now an opportunity for alternative environment learning. Secondly, the morgue is full and my contact is on the cheap. As soon as she says that, one of the professors... Okay, sorry about that, had to answer the phone. As soon as she says that, one of the professor's TAs walk into the room pushing a cart with a blanket over it, and a suspiciously body-shaped lump under the blanket. This is a 103 class. I'm pretty sure we're not up to this stuff yet. As soon as I see the look of glee on the professor's face, though, I know we're going to do this. Alright, better question. Who wants to make the first incision? Don't worry, he's dead. He complains very little. Around the room, everyone seems unsure what to do with this. A few hands tentatively go up. Come on, come on. You won't get a chance like this for another 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Is this, legal? I'm sorry, I thought this was biology. Apparently it's intro to law. Well, as it turns out, I've probably got a degree in that too, so how about you shut up? As a matter of fact, it looks like someone just volunteered to take... Culpapil? What? I mean, the first cut... I don't even know what that word is. The professor stares at me as the entire rest of the class turns to look at me with a mixture of amusement and horror. I wait a few moments to see if the professor is going to change her mind, but finally I stand up and walk down to the front of the class. Here you go, Captain Rules. How about you choose our lesson plan for today? Pick a spot. We'll examine whatever you cut up. The professor hands me some plastic gloves, which I put on as she stands there staring at me. She then hands me a scalpel, and I look at the body. Luckily, the TA left his face and lower half covered. I walk over to the corpse and try to figure out what I'm going to do. Roll of the dice, 1 or 2 cut into the chest, 3 or 4 cut into the belly, and 5 and 6 will just refuse to cut. So, we're going to roll the dice 3 times. We got a 3 on that first roll, we got a 2 on the second roll, and we got a 4 on the third roll. So we are going to cut into the belly. I can't believe I'm going to do this. I close my eyes, just barely looking at the body. I jab out with the scalpel trying to make a cut. What, are you trying to gut him? He's a corpse, not a trout. Alright, let's take a look for that appendix. If that's not there, I'm sure we'll find something fun. Now, the first thing you'll notice is a lack of blood. That's because they drain these things, and because I'm not a complete idiot. The professor looks at me just standing there and makes shooing motions. I slowly return to my seat as Professor Merriweather begins her lecture properly. I can't believe she had me do that. So disgusting. I need to skip this class from now on. Kind of a short week. I think I'm probably going to end up doing another week. Just give me one moment to check and confirm exactly how long that was. Because I definitely feel as though it was very short. Like, far too short for my taste. So, like I said, we're probably going to end up doing another week. Just give me one moment to confirm how long it was. Yeah, not even 10 minutes. It was 9 minutes and 39 seconds. So we're definitely doing another week. So we'll skip until we get to an event, because all this dialogue here is pretty much the same old stuff over and over again. I am starving. Luckily the cafe is on the way home. A nice sandwich sounds perfect about now. As I open the door, I see Isabella and wave hello. She smiles, but she seems to be busy. As I'm sitting down with my food, I notice Chad coming in. Ugh, this might get ugly. I stick to my seat, but I don't exactly call for his attention. I may not be afraid of a little trouble, but that doesn't mean I need to go looking for it. Besides, I should be here in case Isabella needs my backup, but I don't want to start drama. Luckily, Isabella doesn't notice him at first and keeps serving other customers. Finally, after a few moments, I hear Chad clearing his throat loudly. Hey, Isabella, I don't get to have a word or nothing? I don't see why you should get a word in. Do you honestly feel like there's something to say? Because I don't particularly. Come on, don't be like that, baby. Look, I'm sorry I screwed up. Doesn't mean we can't have some good times, right? You really think that's all it's going to take? Isabella sets down the tray she was carrying with enough force that the sound echoes through the whole cafe. We're over, you bastard. You've had your chance at greatness and you frickin' blew it. Now scuttle off and leave me be. Come on, baby. I'm not the only one I'm not the only one missing out. We had some good times, right? I've made some mistakes, sure, but I'm coming to you on my knees here. Oh, are you? Really? Because you look like you're standing perfectly well to me. You don't even have flowers or chocolates or anything. You're not even trying. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad you didn't bring me flowers. I'd hate to think you wasted your money. We done here? Come on, you think you can do better than me? Just forgive me already. Are you kidding me? I could find a better man than you out behind the dumpsters. Chad turns red in anger for a moment. Are you kidding me? I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. Well, considering we're not really aiming for Isabella, this doesn't matter as much, and if I recall correctly, she's not exactly happy if you step in to help her. I believe she actually prefers to handle it herself. Yeah, I think letting her handle it herself gives you relationship points with her. Stepping in actually does nothing, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to confirm that with the walkthrough, and personally I don't really care, because again, Isabella's not the one we were aiming for as we went through this playthrough. So, we'll stay quiet and let Isabella handle it. I think for a moment without jumping in and sticking up for Isabella, but then I realized I'd just be butting in. This is between Isabella and Chad, and she doesn't need me sticking my nose in. No, Chad. The best thing that ever happened to me was finding out early that you were a boneheaded, selfish asshole without a lick of sense in you. If you had any of those, you wouldn't have treated me the way you did. So why do you think I'd want to have anything to do with your ridiculous ass? Hey, look, I'm just saying You're just saying, hey, sucker, I don't want to treat you like a possession and sex toy. Why won't you go back in my pocket where you belong? Or I want to treat you like a possession and sex toy. Why won't you go back in my pocket where you belong? Here's a hint, because I'm none of those things, and the fact that you probably even now don't understand that is why we will never ever be together again. Chad looks completely stunned by Isabella's triad. He's just standing there slack-jawed. I'm sick of you taking up my air, jack-off. I'm going to the back. If you're still here when I get back, you're going to be the sorriest sack of crap in this whole school. Isabella stalks off to the back, completely ignoring Chad. For his part, Chad just shakes his head and turns to leave. He can't muster up a quip or line. He's been completely defeated. A few minutes later, Isabella comes out of the back and spots me still sitting there. Aw, man, you saw that, huh? What an asshole, am I right? I just smile and nod. Thanks for not butting in. I hate when people try to fight my fights for me. I knew you had him before, babe. No way that Micromind was going to walk all over you. Well, thanks anyway. You fool? I'm not. Or if not, I'll grab you something good. Sounds great. Once we finish this week, it's going to be the end of this episode. Even if it only ends up being like 15 minutes long, which is seeming to be the case, that it's going to be a fairly short week as well. Finally, I've got a little free time to start thinking about this end of the year gig I've been planning. I need to ask around and see what kind of parties I can dig up. Play the event. Alright, time to find a party around here. Shouldn't be too hard, this isn't exactly a party-free campus. Of course, the easiest way to do that is to talk to the hardest partying person I know. I knock on Isabella's and give her my best smile as she opens up. Hey babe, mind if I come in for a sec? Sure thing, hot stuff. What brings you down the long, hard trek from your room to mine? Actually, I had a quick question. I'm trying to throw a gig together here on campus, and I'm wondering if you knew of anyone throwing a big end-of-the-year bash. Oh, funny you should ask. Actually, Anne's trying to throw one. What? Anne? Shy girl extraordinaire? Isabella shrugs and just points me down the hall. A moment later, I'm knocking on Anne's door. Oh, hey Max, what's going on? So, how come you didn't tell me about this party you're supposedly throwing? Anne looks like she's about to blush, but then looks like she's trying really hard not to. Well, it's still pretty early in the planning stages, so I haven't really told many people about it yet. You have entertainment already? No, that's my next task. Well, as it turns out, I know there's an incredible band that would love to get a gig going at a hot college party. Oh, you mean it? That's terrific. Once we figured out where we're going to throw it, I'll talk to you to work out the details. Thanks, Max. This means a lot to me. Apparently, it means so much to her that she swirls away, excitedly shutting the door on me. I head back to my room and dial up Memphis, filling him in on all the details. Luckily, he hasn't been idle, and I have to admit, he picked a pretty good lineup for our set. Okay, so we've got our venue and our set. Now we just need to figure out how to get the word out. Does she know where she's holding it yet? Not yet. I figure we'll just get some flyers done. Fair enough. You want to draw them? I can't do flyers for crap. Maybe we can get Slim to do them. Nah, I'll figure it out. Okay, you want to go flashy or utilitarian? Flashy might draw a bigger crowd, but the crowd we draw won't necessarily be fans, so they're harder to please. A utilitarian flyer, though, gets us a crowd that knows what they're in for, even if they might not be as big. Okay, roll the dice. I don't think, again, this is one of those, I don't think it matters. It might be important for an achievement with Anne. Don't quote me on that. But I don't know for certain. So we'll roll the dice 3 times. We got a 1 on that first roll, 3 on the second roll, and a 1 on the first roll. Every roll was telling us to go big or go home. So let's go flashy. Last time I checked, we weren't called Back Alley Utilitarian. Ha! Alright. Just a suggestion. Seriously, who's gonna do it, though? Don't worry. I think I know what to do with that. Just leave it to me. And it looks like we'll have to wait until next episode to find out exactly who is going to be doing the flyers for us. Yeah, I'm not going to do one more week. Next episode might even end up being the last episode. Because, again, if I recall correctly, it's 21 or 22 weeks. It actually depends on how many episodes, or how many weeks are supposed to be in each quarter. And I don't know that off the top of my head. But yeah, I think it's either 21 or 22 weeks in the game. So next episode might end up being the last episode. I might end up doing the next however many weeks next episode, but we'll see. It obviously depends on exactly how long week 20 ends up being. Let's check our stats real quick. Okay, we are at 300 with Sally. We are at 200. Or we are at 300 active with Sally, and we are at 200 spontaneous for Sally. We're actually over that, but that's fine. We are at 100% relation points with Sally, so that's fine as well. Okay. Yeah. I think we can consider this a job well done for this week. As always, damn, it's been a long time since I managed to record this. Last one was done February the 3rd, and it's March 23rd. It's been actually fairly close to 2 months since I had actually managed to last record an episode. That's that's a little sad that ended up being the case. But things were out of my control, so. But yeah, nonetheless, that's going to be it for this episode, though. As always, like, your comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, goodbye and farewell.